Okay, everybody. So tonight we are talking about keys to heart health. And this was presented through Stephen Horn, who's a registered herbalist. I take a lot of classes and do a lot of sharing through him. And I edit it kind of for me. So the problem of heart disease is that it still remains a leading cause of death in civilized nations. Unfortunately, much of what people believe about preventing it is somewhat out of date. So some of the warning signs that you may be having heart problems or cardiovascular problems are things like gum disease, varicose veins or hemorrhoids, metabolic syndrome and diabetes, high blood pressure. Sometimes you'll notice fatigue, shortness of breath or pressure in your chest. You may feel really tired and not want to do any type of physical activity, and you may get winded with minor exertion and feelings of pressure or pain in your chest. So those are the symptoms of heart disease. And remember, the information I'm sharing tonight is for educational purposes. I'm not intending to diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases. And I am a distributor for HTE. There's also facial and tongue clues. If you've ever taken a facial analysis course, they're pretty interesting. I've taken several. You may notice that some people have a red bulbous tip on the nose or small red veins throughout their nose. Or many people, if you look at their left earlobe, will have a crease in it, or they'll have a bright red tip on their tongue or very red pointed tongue. And in the facial and tongue classes, those are clues of maybe the cardiovascular system needs some attention. There's also some blood tests you can take that can cue you in to inflammation throughout the body, and if you have a tendency toward heart disease or hardening of the arteries. And those would be like your fasting blood glucose, hemoglobin A1C, because that kind of talks about your blood glucose over a 90-day period. And if you have high blood sugar levels, you are at greater risk of heart disease, even more so than high cholesterol or triglycerides. There's also the homocysteine level, C-reactive protein, which measures inflammatory levels in the body, and fibrinogen, which kind of is a heads up for your risk of fall. So one of the things that you can do for helping you to keep a healthy heart is to increase your intake of antioxidants. Because inflammation, oxidation, and arterial plaque are a big concern for a healthy heart. So plaque forms in high pressure arteries in response to inflammatory damage in the body. And it's actually a protective mechanism our body has for us to protect us from too much inflammation. And remember that only oxidized cholesterol adheres to the arteries, and plaque can increase your blood pressure and the risk of blockages, including strokes, heart attacks, and thrombosis. So you want to eat lots of antioxidants, eat the color of the rainbow, and eat lots of berries like blueberries, blackberries, goji berries, raspberries, because those are huge antioxidants. So if you eat a cup of berries daily, if you have varicose or spider veins or inflamed gums, you may want to eat a cup of them a day. And this could help reduce the cardiovascular inflammation and protect you from your cholesterol oxidizing and improve the tone of your veins. There's also lots of antioxidant supplements out there like CoQ10, turmeric with curcumin, mangosteen, alpha lipoic acid, acai berry, hawthorn, and bilberry. The other thing you want to do for a healthy heart is to get an oil change and start eating healthy fats, because you want to avoid hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated vegetable oils, margarine, shortening, deep fried foods, animal fat from commercially raised animals, and the fats found in many of today's processed foods. You want to replace those bad fats with good fats, which would be your medium chain saturated fats and virgin coconut oil and organic butter, your extra virgin olive oil, your deep ocean fish, your organic whole milk dairy products, fatty meats and eggs from healthy grass-fed animals, and things like nuts, avocados, and olives. There's also a lot of soluble vitamins, which would be your vitamin A, D3, E, and K2. And then the healthy fatty acid supplements like your omega-3 essential fatty acids, fish oil, and DHA. One of the biggest things you can do for overall health, a precursor to many of today's chronic problems, is to manage your blood sugar. You know, if you have a high fasting glucose or a high hemoglobin A1C, it puts you at greater risk for type 2 diabetes as well as heart disease, more so than even high cholesterol. It also increases the inflammation that begins atherosclerosis, which is a hardening of the arteries. And lowering your blood sugar will help balance your cholesterol and help reduce this inflammation. So you want to reduce the glycemic load, or the amount of sugar that you're eating. And that would be to avoid refined carbohydrates like sugar, high fructose corn syrup, your white flour, your white rices, because those turn to sugar in the body really, really quick. Now there are some white rices with added protein, so that kind of changes the breakdown of them. And you want to reduce your high carb foods like grains, potatoes, and sugary fruits. There's a lot of remedies to help your body balance blood sugar, and a lot of the herbs are cinnamon, nopal, fenugreek, gymnema, banaba. There's a lot of nutrients like chromium, berberine, alpha-lipoic acid, and vanadium. The other thing you want to do is improve your blood flow. Nitric oxide dilates our arteries, and it's released by the one-cell thick endothelium. So boosting your nitrous oxide helps dilate the arteries to improve blood flow and reduces cardiovascular inflammation. Conversely, inflammation reduces nitric oxide output. So the more inflammation you have, the less your body is producing nitric oxide, and it needs that along with your antioxidants and many other things to keep the inflammation in your body down. And if you want to improve blood flow, there's things you can do like magnesium, relaxing herbs if you're stressed out, like olive leaf, lobelia, stimulating herbs that are warming to the body that promote circulation like capsicum, garlic, cinnamon. There's also a lot of companies that have nitric oxide boosting formulas that contain L-arginine, which is an amino acid good for the circulatory system, red beetroot, vitamin C, D, B6, B12, and all those things are heart healthy and can help your body boost nitric oxide. But the other thing that helps boost nitric oxide is far infrared therapy, and we're all lucky that we have access to the far infrared SOCI heater, because far infrared therapy has been reported to exert beneficial effects on cardiovascular function by elevating endothelial nitric oxide synthesis activity and nitric oxide production. And repeated thermal therapy manifested by far infrared radiation improves vascular function in both patients and mouse models with coronary heart disease, but its underlying mechanism is not fully understood. So using far infrared as a thermal therapy agent, you can investigate the molecular mechanism of its effect on endothelial nitric oxide activity and nitric oxide production. Now, I listed links to these studies. They're kind of complicated. They're not really sure how this reaction occurs in the body, because it's a complicated chemical reaction in the body. They just know that it is occurring in the body, and they're still trying to study and figure out how, when you apply far infrared therapy to the body, this actually is taking place. The other thing you want to do is to get physically active and keep your body moving. As a chronic pain patient, a lot of people, when they're in pain, they stop moving. And the more I read and the more I study, whether it's lower back pain or anything, we need to move. So we need regular exercise because it increases blood flow to the heart. It strengthens the heart so that it pumps more blood with less effort. It reduces blood sugar levels. It can help you maintain a healthy weight or lose weight. And it can reduce stress on your circulatory system because your heart's a muscle. Exercise can also increase nitric oxide production and help manage a healthy blood pressure level. So here's the thing, if you're not used to exercise, you want to pace yourself, because if you're out of shape, you want to start slowly and gradually increase the time and intensity of your exercise. And you want to focus on more low stress exercises like walking and swimming. I love the Chi machine for this because it moves the body in a figure-8 motion. It helps promote circulation. It promotes lymphatic movement. It helps relieve tension and stress, and it promotes deep breathing. Anytime you can take 5, 8, 10, 15 minutes, lay down, breathe deep, and just go with the flow of that rhythmic motion, promoting the circulation, reducing the stress, it's so super beneficial for the body. There's also helpful supplements like CoQ10, magnesium, and again, those nitric oxide enhancing formulas and your electrolyte drinks. Key 6, anger and stress. We got to manage those because stress really increases your blood pressure. Emotions definitely affect our heart health. It's been shown that people who are very aggressive and have angry personalities are way more prone to heart disease. In fact, workaholics have a higher risk of heart disease than people who are more easygoing. And people who have close ties to family and friends are less likely to have a heart attack and have a greater chance of recovery if they do have one. So our emotional health really affects our physical health. So if you're one of those people that suppresses how you feel and then just kind of walks away, or you're one of those people that suppresses what you feel and you build kind of like a pressure cooker and then you explode, you need to find a healthy way to express your emotions and talk about it. And if you're one of those people that needs to walk away and say, hey, you know, I can't talk about this right now, and then come back and do it. So there's a lot of Bach flower remedies for calming anger in the body. Calendula, flower essence, snapdragon, impatiens, and vine are great flower essence for helping you calm the anger that you feel in the body. Broken and hardened hearts flower essence blend like California wild rose, herbisana, or golden eardrop flower essence can help if you have heartbreak or a lot of grief and you're closing yourself off. You know, managing stress is a big issue because stress raises blood pressure and heart rate, which are risk factors for heart disease. And you can actually counteract the effects of stress by deliberately taking time to relax and enjoy life. Pamper yourself with the pleasure prescription, as Stephen Horn is so famous for saying. So do something. What that means is do something that you love to do. Take a vacation, go away for the day, get a massage, take a walk in nature, talk with a empathetic friend, you know, have some romantic time with your partner, or soak in an Epsom salt bath. So take the time to relax with yourself. There are adaptogens for the heart, which you can take because they help improve heart function, manage blood pressure, help you cope better with stress, reduce blood sugar. So a lot of companies have adaptogen formulas on the market with ashwagandha, ginseng, holy basil, astragalus. And then many people who are under a lot of stress probably would benefit from a B complex vitamins. And folks, use the Soki products. The Soki products all promote circulation, whether it's the Chi, the ERE, or the E-Power, or the Dome, they promote circulation. They all promote the balance of the energy pathways in the body, whether it's your energy centers and chakras, whether it's your meridians with the E-Power, whether it's the acupressure points on your feet and hands with reflexology ERE. All of them promote relaxation and all promote and help with the relief of tension and stress. So I hope that helps understand, you know, how important heart health is. And even with so many new things out there, it's still one of the biggest threats to our health.